Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Catherine for those of you who are here for the first time, and I tell true stories. Jeffrey Cole was traveling from Dubai to India, and he was taking rounds on the plane, walking up and down just to stretch his feet when he met a gentleman doing the same. So they stopped for a chat because he seemed to have some interests with a man. They just asked each other where he's traveling, things like that. Well, the man told him his name is Victor and he's going to attend a funeral. So Jeffrey wished him, he gave him his condolences rather. And after a lot of a chit chat here and there, both of them parted ways. And Jeffrey Cole decided to go and sit where he was sitting. When he sat next to the lady, anyway, he was sitting with the lady before, he went back to his seat and noticed that she was looking at some pictures. And so the picture that she was looking at looked familiar. And so he began a conversation. I just chatted with that guy before. He's your husband? He asked the lady. The lady looked at him in surprise. Chatted with this guy. And he told me his name is Victor. The lady looked even more shocked. And he told me that he is going to attend a funeral. The lady almost collapsed in her chair. And Jeffrey was like, do you know the man? What is the relationship between you and the man? Is he your husband? Then the lady looked at him and said, yes, he's my husband. He's dead. He's on this plane in the cargo. Jeffrey Cole laughed because he thought she's joking and just wants to give him a scare until when they landed, he saw her at the cargo section and indeed a coffin was being offloaded. He was so petrified. Then this is another story. A cabin crew. A cabin crew was pushing food in the alley of the plane when one lady stopped in front of her and told her, tell my husband on seat number A26 not to forget to take his medication. As in, the husband suffered from high blood, and so she was just reminding the cabin crew to go and remind her husband not to forget his medication because he always does, and she has to keep reminding him. So the cabin crew said, sure, she will once she reaches his seat. So she continued pushing her trolley, and when she reached seat 26A, indeed there was a man sitting there, and she told him, excuse me, sir. Her name was Priya. Excuse me, sir. Your wife tells us that you need to take your medication. Don't forget to take your medication. And he remembered he had actually forgotten to take his medication. But he was surprised. He was like, my wife? And the cabin crew said, Priya, yeah. She pointed that lady, but there was no lady. And he told her, "Can you please describe the lady?" Excitedly. Uh, the Priya told the passenger, "She has strips of gray hair, which is a bob." The man almost choked. Then he told the cabin crew, "My wife, that is the right description, but she's no longer alive. Yes, she is on this plane, but she is in the cargo. She is dead." Well, Priya was so shocked, and she took sick leave for 3 months. I am not sure whether she continued flying or she dumped the career altogether. Now, we come to Blackmagic. Anish Debmat was playing football. He was a fan of football. I mean, a day wouldn't pass without him playing football. I mean, it's like some adrenaline for football he had. But one day he injured his ankle. His ankle was sprained, plus he had a crack on it because he accidentally hit a rock instead of the ball. Because he was very active and, accidentally he hit a rock instead of a ball. I don't know how he got to the rock in the football pitch. And so when the doctors checked his ankle, they said he had a fracture and a sprain, of which they treated, but he could no longer walk properly. He kept on limping because if he put his foot on the ground, it would be very painful. And so for weeks and months, he was using crutches, but it didn't seem to be healing. He was wondering if it was it was past the healing months. He went to different doctors, but nothing worked until his mother finally decided there is nothing we can do but go to our black magic people. Maybe they do some healing because I've heard about them. And so they went to some old woman who deals with traditional medicine, she calls it. And funny enough, what she did is she took some mustard and just mixed it with some concoction. You know that mustard that you put on hot dogs or any sandwiches that you like or burgers. She just mixed that with some concoctions and she applied it on his ankle as she uttered some words. She uttered some words as she smeared the concoction on Anish Dapmat's ankle. And then she told him to stand up. He stood up and she told him to run. At first he couldn't believe it, like with the pain he's been feeling the moment he steps on the ground. Now she's telling him to run. Is she crazy? But he stepped on the ground and fun enough there was no pain. As in now, he ran away actually because he could run and because of what he had just witnessed, some utterances, mustard with some concoctions, and then you walk. Something that the doctors had not managed. Different doctors who are experts in this field had not managed. And here comes a woman with her concoctions of mustard and something and some utterances, and he was running away from her. And then there was another story. One pretty lady moved into a neighborhood. She was very friendly, she was a very talkative person, but people just never liked her for no reason. It's true that some people just don't like you for no reason. And it's unfortunate that in the world we have such people. You see someone and you just don't like. And in this situation, it looked like the whole neighborhood never liked her. And then suddenly her two dogs died, just died mysteriously. She had a son. So one day the son was walking by, and then he was called by some old man sitting by. The old man, the old man gave him some money and asked him to buy him some coffee just in the nearby shop. And because of his kind heart, he went and served the stranger, bought him the coffee, and brought it to him. So the old man took the coffee and held his hand, put in a shell, and told the boy, "You will get an accident on your left," whatever it meant. He was holding his left hand. "You will get an accident on your left, and I leave you this shell. Put some water in it and throw it in some water outlet, ocean, sea, or wherever." Whatever that means, the boy just did not understand. What he believed, looked at the shell and thought, well, the old man is insane. Well, a few weeks later, he fell off the train. Or fun enough, on his right arm. He fell off the train and he was so badly injured. Very badly injured. First round, he survived because the doctors attended to him. Another time again, a few months later, on another train, he fell off again on his left again. And he was so badly injured. And he told his mother on his bed, anytime he comes home, it pains more. So they need to leave this neighborhood. But the mother did not listen to him. A few days later, the boy passed away. He succumbed to his injuries. One wonders, was it the money that the man gave the boy that he used for juju, or was it the shell? If you like my content, like, share, and subscribe. Ciao.